I can't believe your luck.
Yeah, who would have thought that you would have found an exceptionally complete skeleton here today?
I believe it might be the greatest discovery to date.
What should we name her?
How about Wendy?
Wendy. It reminds me too much about Peter Pan.
What about Chrysanthemum, after a book I read in elementary school?
Hey, maybe. How about Beyonce? It's a good name and everything, but it doesn't feel something so old.
It will come to us sooner or later. Let's just sit back and enjoy the moment.
Well, time to hit the sack. We've got a huge day tomorrow.
Yes. Press conferences, interviews, and then the talk show.
See you in the morning.
Whoa, it's dark in here. This is scary. There it is, this way. I'm telling you, this is the best thing you've ever seen. I can't see a thing. Ethiopia's scary in the dark. Your basement's scary in the dark to you. You gotta see what we found yesterday. I'm telling you, it's the best archaeological discovery ever.
But why do we have to look for it in the dark?
Because Dr. Gray and Dr. Johansson probably don't want us poking around their dig before they announce their discovery tomorrow. Besides, it's spookier this way. This is a show, you know. What is it? Bones, and according to my best carbon dating, they're more than 3 million years old.
Wow, 3 million years old? That makes it one of the oldest skeletons ever found. Can I touch it?
Well, I don't think that's a very good idea.
What was that?
I don't know, but it's not funny.
Who's laughing?
Cut it out! Yikes! Cut what out? What are you talking about?
I didn't say anything.
Boom!
Hello, kids. My name's Lucy. What's yours? Kinda jumpy, aren't you guys? What's the matter? Haven't you ever seen a real fossil before? Good grief. Look, I've been lying around here for 3 million years. I've got calcium deposits older than the two of you. Can't we just be friends?
But you're a skeleton.
Boy, we've got a smart one here. Is that your final answer, or do you need a lifeline? Ha ha ha.
But skeletons can't talk, can they?
Duh. Well, I don't know. Let's see here. Am I talking or not? Wait till I decide to sing, but you ain't hear nothing yet.
Wow.
In a way, all fossils can talk. By studying us, you can learn a whole lot about what's happened a long time ago.
I know studying history is a good way to learn about where we came from, where we are, and where we're going.
Now you're talking. Let me and my friend show you a little bit of what happened a long time ago.
You can learn from history. Take a look at Greece or Rome.
wait, we completely missed the skeleton dance.
The skeleton dance? I didn't even know skeletons could dance. Get it? No body, just a skeletal system? I'm too funny.
Anyway, we're here now, so let's get on with the show. Here are a few more archaeologists who discovered skeletons. There still is a lot we can learn from them about the past.
Who are those people over there?
Good question. Those are the Sumerians from the land of Mesopotamia.
That's number what?
Mesopotamia. It's an area of land which today includes Iraq, as well as parts of Syria and Turkey.
Turkey. I love turkey. With cheese on a hoagie roll.
Anyway, what you're looking at over there is pretty typical for 3000 BC. That guy over there is the famous Gilgamesh.
People, work with me now. We've got to work together.
Who died and made him king?
I heard that. Look now, I know you're all used to working together and getting along just fine, but it's 110 degrees here and this land's as dry as a desert.
Sir.
What is it, Enkidu, my valiant friend and servant? Okay, so it is a desert, but I think if we just work together a little bit, we could survive here and maybe even create one of the first great civilizations that last for thousands of years.
Gilgamesh is right, everybody. Working together, we can make sure no one messes with Mesopotamia.
Well put, Enkidu, well put.
Thank you.
Well, look, we've got rivers on both sides of this plain, and what are they called? Rivers! I know that, but what are the names of these rivers?
The Tigris and the Euphrates.
A+. They've allowed our production of farm goods to go way up, so what's the problem?
The problem is that we need a more efficient way to transport these goods to market.
Right again, Enkidu. Well, who's got a suggestion?
Sir, might I suggest? I've been working on a small round invention that I think might have some great possibilities.
I can't see it myself. We'll go ahead and give it a try. What's next?
Well, I've been working on a system of currency that I think might help us keep track of what we trade and what we owe.
A capital idea. Write it down.
Write it down?
Write it down?
Figure it out, Enkidu. I can't do everything around here.
And we did just that, creating the world's first recorded writing meter.
Using tablets of clay, we recorded our produce going in and out of the temple storerooms, including beverages, bread, and even sheep.
Initially, we used pictures of objects being counted together with signs representing numbers. Gradually, we just became more stylized and wedge-like to create the local language, or Sumerian.
The ability to write allowed us not only to record lists of goods, but also events around them. This development therefore takes us from prehistory to history.
Keep up the good work, people. I'm so proud of all you. At this rate, we should be able to survive here and maybe even create one of the first great civilizations that lasts for thousands of years, right here on our own two beautiful rivers.
Living
farming villages, and irrigation systems.
Archaeologists have found evidence of great cities and very complex civilization as early as the 3500 BC.
Farmers produce food. City dwellers were bricklayers, canal builders, butchers, potters, and more.
The Mesopotamian plain gave rise to one of the first great civilizations, and it all happened on the land between two rivers.
What do we get to see next?
I didn't know history could be so alive.
Oh, well, we'll see about that. Listen up. Here comes King Zoser of Egypt and his trusted servant Imhotep.
Wow, they look pretty good considering they lived 4,000 years ago. King Zoser, grain is scarce.
I've got no grain.
The fruit has all dried up. Look at my fruit, it's all dried up. People are so desperate that they're robbing their neighbors. Whoa, look at that! Not my bologna sandwich!
Well, it's me.
But me?
The children are crying and old people are sad as can be. What are we to do?
I know. Build me a pyramid. But first we must learn the name of the god of the Nile. Then we can offer sacrifices to that god and he will help us. Everyone, go to sleep at once.
I am Khnum. That's K-H-N-U-M. The H is silent. I know the river Nile. When it covers over the fields, it gives them life. Now the river Nile will pour over the land without stopping. Plants will go bowing down with fruit. The years of starvation will be over. Thank you and good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Egyptians, I've had a marvelous and rather brief dream. The name of the god of the Nile is Khnum. That's K-H, or never mind. We must offer them gifts. The years of hunger have ended. Now we can build the great Egyptian civilization that people will be talking about for generations to come. I know you're hungry, but first things first. We must build a pyramid which shall be my tomb.
Sitting by the Nile, long came a pharaoh and he stayed a while. Said, build a pyramid clear up to the sky, so I have a place to lay me down if ever I should die. In my
Got to get ready for the afterlife. I need to take some cards along and my newest pipe. I'll have to have some food, but I won't need a car. Put my hands in an urn and my organ in a jar. In my
my mommy. I really want my mommy.
Now it's time to check in with a couple of trusted roving reporters, Andy Cooperson and Dwayne Sawyer, who will report from the field and help us determine the most impressive hero in ancient civilizations. Andy, Dwayne, you're on.
Thanks, and hello to all. As you just witnessed over there, King Zoser was perhaps the most outstanding pharaoh in the history of Egypt. He and his chief architect, Imhotep, erected the first monumental building in stone, and it's still standing to this day. Well, Zoser might have built the first step pyramid, but I built the Great Pyramid of Giza, a true pyramid, using that classic shape in those flat surfaces. And I did it using free citizens, not slaves like here. And I reigned for almost 24 years. Very impressive. You are King Khufu, right?
Excuse me, but I am one of the most recognizable icons in all of ancient Egypt. My beauty was my best quality, although I was more than just a pretty face, you know.
Queen Nefertiti, it's a pleasure to meet you. You know, in our work, we get to see that your status was quite evident. You seem to have almost as much influence as your husband. What was his name?
Amenhotep IV. I pretty much co-ruled with him, you know. Let's get back to me, okay? You can find many more statues and reliefs of me than of my husband, whoever he is. I guess I'm just easier in the eyes than he was.
Well, I became pharaoh at the ripe old age of 9. My uncle I helped me out in the early years when I was still a kid, but, you know, I'm still pretty impressive.
The famous King Tut. Your uncle I was a suspect in your murder, wasn't he? And he ended up marrying your widow. Very interesting.
Sad but true. The 1922 discovery of my nearly intact tomb sparked a new interest in ancient Egypt. They even found my golden throne. I was only 19 when my reign over Egypt ended due to my untimely demise.
Well, I was one of the first female pharaohs of ancient Egypt history, you know. I used my charisma and keen political skills to stay in power.
Queen Hatshepsut, I've heard some reports that you even dressed in men's clothes and false beard just to show you were strong enough to be ruler. Any comments on that?
My country enjoyed a great economy, and I started trading with other countries and built several impressive temples. To celebrate my 15th year of rule, I had 100 obelisks erected.
Are those the things that look like tall Washington monuments?
Yes, and getting the granite down the Nile wasn't easy.
I heard you even brought ivory, ebony, gold, and trees to Egypt.
I've had enough of this already. I, Ramses the Great, was one of the longest ruling pharaohs of ancient Egypt. I ruled for 67 years, and I lived to be an octogenarian. I was a builder, a fighter, a warrior, and quite a charmer with the ladies.
Yes, my sources tell me that you've had over a dozen wives and more than 100 children. Given that most people back then lived to be about 40, and you lived into your 80s, you must have seemed immortal to some.
If only.
Make way, coming through.
Pardon me, but I heard someone here was interviewing the most famous people from the past. So, here I am, the one, the only, Cleopatra. I was the last of the pharaohs. After my death, the Romans took control. Those darned Romans never trusted me.
Cleopatra, I've heard that you arrived rolled up in a carpet as a gift to Julius Caesar. Is that really true?
Yes, and it was a good thing it was a plush carpet.
After Caesar's death, you partnered up with Mark Antony. The Romans must have been livid.
Were they ever? They called me a sorceress and accused me of all sorts of evil, all because Mark kept constantly giving me and my children parts of the Roman Empire to keep me happy. Can you imagine?
Talk about high maintenance. Well, there you have it, folks. There were many great ancient rulers in the history of Egypt. Who's your favorite hero or shero?
Text your votes to us, and we'll report back the results at the end of the contest.
I never realized that ancient Egypt dominated the entire earth for like 3,000 years.
Well, not the entire Earth, but they really were an amazing civilization. What else was going on at the time that could possibly be as exciting as building pyramids? Good question, and to help me answer it, let me introduce you to my good and wise friend Confucius.
Confucius says, Good evening, young and curious friends of Aristotle to come.
Good evening, sir.
Confucius says, since you ask, I might inform you that at the same time Egypt was flourishing, we of the East were building dynasties of our own.
Does he always talk that way?
Confucius says, I heard that.
Hey, why did the skeleton go to the Chinese restaurant?
I don't know why.
Because he needed to get some spare ribs.
Why did I ask? Someone needs to tickle your funny bone. Haha. Listen, my friends, Confucius was a brilliant teacher some 2,500 years ago, and he's right. While Egypt flourished in the west, India and the dynasties of China were thriving in the east.
Confucius says, riches and honors are what everyone desires, but if they can be gained by only doing evil, they must not be held. Confucius says, do not worry that no one knows you, but seek worthy of being known. Confucius says, what you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. Sound familiar? Confucius says, the threads of silk are so fragile, but when woven together, we make a powerful tapestry. Confucius says, welcome to our dynasty.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the infamous Empress Wu.
the only woman in Chinese history to rule over the Chinese Empire.
Greetings, wise one from the future.
Please tell us, how did you become the first and only woman ruler in the history of China?
Well, I simply outshined the rest of my family. I used my beauty and intelligence to get to the top. Then I used my title to destroy anyone who dared to go against me. Oh well, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. My dear, I must be off now. 再见.
Let's head over to Greece. Hey, there's Alexander the Great, the undefeated hero.
Yes, you know, I've never lost a battle in 11 years of fighting. Even when outnumbered, I still conquered all. I found 20 big cities and great places such as Alexandria, and pretty much set the standard for future empire building.
Impressive. Let's check out who's hanging around Mount Olympus.
I am Zeus, supreme ruler of Olympus.
Yes, Daddy. Is there any way you can aim some thunderstorms or drought my competitors? This hero contest will not be easy, you know.
I am the guardian of peace. I have no power over destiny, my child.
Oh well, it was worth a shot.
Hey sis, I think I make Superman jealous. I'm the most famous action figure in all time in Greek mythology.
Yo, bro, a little competition never hurt anyone.
Speaking of competition, what about those three athletic sisters, Tryphisa, Dionysia, and Hediya? Talk about girl power. There they are, and there they go. Hi, I'm Dionysia. I'm the youngest. This is my older sister, Tryphosa, and Hediya, the middle child. We love running more than anything.
We've all raced for 10 years throughout Greece and won countless competitions. We were fast, we won trophies, tons of money, and became famous.
Yeah, we're pretty much superstars, and I just happen to be a phenomenal musician. I've been racking up wins in musical contests too.
Pretty cool, huh?
Our flying feet has been an inspiration to other girls for centuries.
Well, back to training, we're off.
Okay, friends, the polls are still open. Don't forget to vote for the greatest ancient hero or shiro.
We are the chorus of the ancient Greeks. We have to act together, so we practice for weeks. Listen very carefully, for when we speak, we will tell you all the wonders of the ancient Greece.
No, that will never do. No one will believe you if you don't give it more emotion. No time with feeling.
We are the chorus of the ancient Greeks. We have to act together, so we practice for weeks. Listen very carefully, for when we speak, we will tell you all the wonders of ancient Greeks.
How's it going, Sophocles? Is the play almost finished? Terrible, just terrible, Herodotus. The play festival in Athens is less than a week away, and I can't get this chorus to work together for anything. Well, what's the new play about, anyway? It's supposed to be about all the wonderful things of Greece that will be around thousands of years after we are all dead and gone. Sounds interesting. It is interesting, but I can't seem to come up with the right hook to tie it all together. How about the Odyssey? No, Homer beat me to it. How about Grease the musical? It'll never fly.
How about Greece is a word?
What? What did you say?
Greece. Greece is the word. And give it a good dance groove.
That's it.
Glad you thought of it. There are so many groovy things that we got from the Greeks.
just great. No bones about it. You really know your stuff. Get it? No bones about it? Huh, get it?
I get it, kid. You're right. Greece did have a huge impact on the world, just as the ancient Romans.
Oh, I remember. The Romans were republicans, right?
Close. They were the first to try a real republic. Not to mention expanding to one of the most powerful empires that ever existed. While you can still see signs of ancient Rome as far away as Morocco, Iraq, and even England. Here's some of Rome's finest right now.
Hello, I'm Marius. Although most of my family members were peasants, I rose to greatness as a military man. I created the first professional army and organized the Roman army into the most effective fighting machine on earth. And I'm the uncle of Julius Caesar.
Well, unlike Marius, I was born to a very influential family and spent money lavishly on my class of the social and political life. There were chariot races, gladiator contests.
Hey, look, there's some gladiators over there. Could you fill us in on the life of a gladiator, please?
Many of us worked in gold mines of Egypt and other places conquered by Rome.
We're trained in gladiator schools and we're entertainment for the Roman citizens.
The talented ones like me get almost celebrity status. I just love being a superstar, didn't you, Spartacus?
True, I was one of the most famous and prestigious fighters of all time. I became a hero as I led the cause for freedom while I was right in the world.
Rome must have been amazing. I wonder how it all started.
Legend says it all started with twin brothers and their dream to build a city.
No, Romulus, I told you, I had a dream. And in this dream, there were 6 vultures flying over the spot where we should build a city. No, Remus, I too had a dream. And in this dream, I saw 12 vultures flying over the spot where we found his babies in that basket and raised by that wolf. 12 is more than 6, so that is where we should build the city. 6 is an omen, so the spot I chose is right. 12 is a bigger omen. 6, 12, 6, 12. I'm telling Ma. What does she care? She's a wolf, for Pete's sake. And I'll call it Rome.
Hey Romulus, how's Rome coming along?
Yeah, Romulus, heard you having some problems with your aqueducts?
Look, I can't build it in a day, you know.
No need to be sleepy, Romulus.
I just hope it's ready for Caesar's big bash on Sunday night.
Oh rats, I forgot about the big party, and I don't have a thing to wear.
Don't worry, the word is out that dresses white togas, so you're all set.
Togas, great, I have a linen closet full of them.
I heard Mr. Blackwell will be making up one of his, worst dresses.
Just be a trendsetter and wear something flashy.
All right then, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Hey, what do you Romans used to cut your hair with anyway? A pair of Caesars, huh? Get it? Caesars? Oh, I packed myself up.
Come on, everybody, can't you feel
that's about enough for one day. These old bones are aching and needing a rest.
This has been such an amazing adventure. I feel like we've learned so much.
No kidding, my brain can't hold another thing.
The great thing about studying the past is you can learn so much about who we are and who we might become.
Doesn't it make you feel very, very small and insignificant?
Not really. It makes me feel a part of something bigger than myself. It makes me realize that everything anybody ever did before me changed the world for me.
That means that everything we do will change the world for those who follow us.
That's awesome.
We matter. So here's the past, both big and small.
And here's to the future for one and all.
When you did
I really appreciate all the help that we get here at Penguin from the staff and from the faculty and all the aides and everything. So thank you to everyone who did all those little things backstage that you don't see. Thank you very much.
All right, well, you did a wonderful job. You should all be very proud of yourselves. You look good, you sounded good, you were dancing up there, you did a really great job. So we are all very proud. One of the things we talked about is how this is one of the highlights of the 5th grade year for all of you. And you should all be very proud of yourselves because you as a class have represented very well. I know we have some parents and guardians who helped you with your lines. I know we may have some parents and guardians who helped you with your costumes. So you know every time that you end up here, you end up getting homework from me. Your teachers may not have given you homework tonight, but you always leave here with homework from me. Alright? You're up here because you're wonderfully talented, but you're also up here and succeed because somebody out there, somebody that you go home to, be it mom or dad, or parent or guardian, uncle and aunt, grandparent, somebody is supporting you because you can't do all this up here by yourself. So your homework for me is to make sure when you go home tonight that you thank them for supporting you. Alright? And I'm going to tell them right now that I'll be checking homework tomorrow. If you don't do it, we'll be talking. Alright? We do have a number of people, hopefully your children do their homework tonight. If they don't, let me know and I'll take care of it. We do appreciate all the support. They are up there because they're so wonderful and they are talented, but they also are the way they are because we have our wonderful Mrs. Humes directing them. We have something for Mrs. Humes for all of our 5th graders. We do appreciate you coming out tonight. I know that some of the children have costumes and props that they're going to need to take back to Mrs. Humes' room before they leave, so I'll ask you to make sure that they do that. They should all have access to their coats. Some of their coats are hanging up on the lost and found. Don't forget them, okay? It's cold tonight. You need the coat when you leave, all right? We appreciate you coming out. We appreciate all the support that you show us throughout the year. We will see you back here in June. It will be here before you know it, and they'll all be back up on that stage one last time as our 5th grade class when we come back for our 5th grade promotion ceremony in June. So thank you and have a great night.